Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. Be getting started shortly. And we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I'm Sami, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend is going great. We're going to talk about the market. I'm going to talk about Bitcoin also. And I'll share with you my watch list for tomorrow. Before we start, as always, a disclaimer, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever I discuss in this video is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description. If you find benefit in today's video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll check them out after the video. All right, let's switch to the live charts and get started. This is going to be a very short video because we only have a few symbols for tomorrow. As I've been saying every single week, the last few weeks in a row, that the market continues to be bullish. This is undoubtedly in a nice uptrend, but it's very, very sloppy. It's red, green, red, green. We don't have any continuity. We don't have any, it's not like this, right? Where there's a few red bars, a few pullbacks, but it's not Christmas tree. Red, green, red, green, red, green. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on with the market. It's bullish. Look at the larger picture. If you look at the bigger time frame, the weekly in this case, you kind of filter out the noise, right? All these little daily swings, they disappear, and that's the monthly. Looks beautiful, but if you look at the daily chart, it's not beautiful at all. The IWM also got very choppy. In fact, very disappointing because the IWM looked again pretty good. I had a lot of nice looking charts, and they started to fail one by one. So a lot of setups, a lot of patterns that I was watching have failed for the most part. Now, can I give you direction? Can I predict the direction going forward? I can't, because it's very choppy from day to day, but I can tell that the market is bullish. I can tell you that much. The market is bullish, but direction for tomorrow, who knows? Direction for the day after, who knows? Whether it's going to be a red bar or a green bar. But overall, the market has been quite bullish, except for the IWM. This was a little too deep of a pullback, a bit too deep, so it's making it questionable. And as I said, a lot of the patterns that I was watching have already failed. Or are failing. So I'm not loving the environment right now. The only exception would be Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin is higher. Let's take a look at it right now. That's the weekly chart. Remember, I talked about Bitcoin, the lower highs, the lower lows, and I mentioned how this low right here was higher than the prior low, and that therefore we should fail on the sell setup. It's exactly what happened, and we failed on it, and now we're looking pretty good higher. We may need a week or two worth of basing before Bitcoin goes higher, but I mean, Bitcoin looks good. Out of everything that I'm aware of, this is the one that looks the best from the major stuff, right? Bitcoin, Solana looks better. Solana looks better for sure. It had a breakout over these pivots, 1, 2, 3, 4, over all of this, broke out, and it looks really, really good. And Ethereum is still okay, but a lot weaker than Bitcoin and Solana. So I like Solana even more than Bitcoin. Unfortunately, we don't have a tracking ETF for Solana. At some point we will, but because it looks better than Bitcoin, and so I'd rather have more Solana than I do IBIT. But yeah, so I like the concept of actually piling into Bitcoin and Solana in particular for the long haul, because they look good long term. Look at the monthly chart of Bitcoin. I mean, you can't tell me with a straight face this looks lower, right? Looks higher. Here's Solana also, but it's getting a little late. And then here's Ethereum is a monthly buy setup, but for some reason it's just so weak. Like, it's so much weaker than Bitcoin and Solana for some reason. I don't know what it is. Here's the weekly chart. Looks even lower on the weekly, but ultimately it will probably follow the pack, right? So ultimately probably higher. In terms of the actual symbols that I like for tomorrow, I've already completed the newsletter for tomorrow. It'll go out in the morning, but you can actually access it if you're a subscriber. There's going to be one long, one short. Okay? Out of these 4 or 5 longs, one long, one short, and out of these shorts here, 3 shorts, one long, one short. Okay? I like the ARK. I'm already in it. Took it at 46.50 or so right here. Looking to add to it over the prior high, which is 49.20 or so, basically, on the ARK ETF. Like it higher. Okay? Gap is a nice looking buy setup on the daily chart. Maybe not so nice because of the 200 above, 200 MA, but nice hourly over the base. Stop under it. Target 1 the prior high probably. Small reward to risk on the gap. IBIT I talked about. I like Bitcoin, so I like IBIT. Peloton. I didn't think the Peloton would actually work out. I'm aware of this pattern on the weekly, right? I've been not watching it, but I'm aware of it. I have it in my spreadsheet. But I didn't think it would work. It's looking okay if you want to try it. I'm passing on it for now, but it might work over 640. Stop under 530, or if you want to give it more room, can put the stop under $5. So long over 640, stop under 5, or over 640 by 530, I think 532. That's the weekly bars low on Peloton. PLL, we have in the $10 swing trader, we have the LAC long, which is doing well. PLL is another lithium stock that has a buy setup over 1250, 51. Looks nice. It does look nice on the PLL. The shorts, I have the following. I have BYON, which was a terrific gap on Thursday, which I played, and now has a 1, 2, 3. So short under $6, stop over 665. 1, 2, 3. I would have liked this bar to have remained within the bottom third of the first bar's range rather than below it. It would have been a lot better, but it is what it is. MGPI, it's been very weak after that gap down, and so it's a base breakdown. But what I don't like about it is that it already sold off a lot. So, I like to catch it early on. So this already dropped a lot. So, but under the lows, stop above the highs. And then the Nutella, it's not Nutella, but I just call it Nutella, is a 1, 2, 3 also. Looks beautiful on the daily. Under 1535, stop over 1669. This probably won't trigger tomorrow, but I like it for the coming days. I have a longer list in the video description if you want to take a look at it. But those are the ones that I feel are most ready for tomorrow. Here's the entire list, right? There's more if you want to take a look. GTX is the 1, 2, 3 after a gap that wiped away, that broke under a couple months, 3 months worth of basing. ICLR is a 1, 2, 3. JOBY, I might look to scalp it tomorrow. I scalped it on Friday. It was nice off the level 2. So JOBY. LOGI looks beautiful. In fact, looks the best, except for the monthly. It's at the rising 20 on the monthly chart. So that's the only issue with the LOGI. MGPI we talked about. NTLA we talked about. PGNY looks lower. This is a bad stock. I was in it short on the breakdown. Added to it under this 1, 2, 3. Wouldn't go. And then I lowered my stop to above the base. Tagged me by a little bit. And then rolled over again. So I do like it lower. This is a breakout failure basically. But I'm waiting for it to base sideways rather than a slanted base for a couple more days. But I do like the PGNY. It got me. It wasn't much of a loss, but I mean, geez, it looked really good. This looks beautiful. The TK, whatever it is, TKO. This is the nicest 1, 2, 3. But it's at support, and I think it's at the 20 on the weekly. That's the other part. But TKO is a beauty on the daily. WEX, also after a gap down, it's not quite a good setup yet. And then the longs, as I said, there's more. Here's the entire list, but it's in the video description. I picked a few to go over because I think they're the most ready, but there's more. The China stocks might be due for a rebound. Might be. I'm not too sure about the China stocks. This was not a healthy pullback at all. Went climactic. The cruise lines are coming in a little bit, but they look higher long term. NCLH looks better. Gap we talked about. BTBT is a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly, but it's also at resistance, so I would let it go for now. There's a few more if you want to check them out in the video description. Okay, this is too thin. PENN, that's the casino stock that didn't participate with the rest of the casinos, and now it's looking good. What's the issue? Why didn't I have it on the watch list for tomorrow? Because it's already late. But I will be stocking it for the possible long-term entry. Look at what WIN and the LVS have done. I mean, they skyrocketed, right? So PENN might be the next one to pop. This one we talked about. Peloton we talked about. PayPal looks good long-term. Long-term. RHI, you know, over the base looks beautiful actually, but it probably needs to base for a couple more days. So, you know, there's a few. Buy setup. Very thin, but is a daily buy setup also on the SSSS. What a nice breakout and a pop. The TL is another China stock. TCOM, China stock. TIGR looks good for a couple days based on the hourly chart. TIGR looks higher for the next couple days. UAA has a buy setup, but it's a bit weak. And then WISA maybe for a breakout. And then WULF is Bitcoin. Looks good overall. Looks good. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you have, don't forget to hit the like button. Leave a comment or reach out by emailing customer service info@t3live.com. I am Sami with T3 Live. Good trading everybody. Take care.